What are the odds? Let's talk about drop rates in Borderlands 4. I killed Splashzone 500 times and collected data on every kill. Some things I noted are which legendaries dropped, how often they dropped, how often they had elements, how often they had no extra parts, one extra part, or multiple extra parts, and I even kept track of world drops. So let's get into what I found. Starting off with the lead balloon. Of the 500 kills, the lead balloon dropped 32 times, giving it a 6.4% chance to drop. Out of the 32 lead balloons that did drop, only 12.5% of them had an element. 43.75% of those did not have any extra weapon parts, so it only rolled with the legendary part. 37.5% of them had one extra part, and 18.75% of them had two extra parts. And here you can see on the screen a chart of how often I got a licensed part from which manufacturers. Atlas I got the most from. Not sure if that means that Atlas parts are less rare than other parts, but that's just what I found. Let me know if you guys find the same, or if it's just unlucky that I got a bunch of Atlas parts. Next, let's talk about the jelly grenade. Of the 500 Splashzone kills, I only got 13 jelly grenades, which gives it a 2.6% chance to drop. Every single jelly grenade that dropped for me had an element attached, and all of them also had two extra parts attached to them. As you can see from the part breakdown here, it seemed pretty even with what kind of parts dropped on it. One thing to know that it is a Ripper grenade, so it always dropped with the Ripper part, which makes the grenade teleport to where you throw it. So every jelly grenade had its legendary part, a Ripper part, and one of these extra parts here. Next, let's talk about everyone's favorite shield, the Firework. I got the Firework to drop 17 times out of the 500 kills, which means it has about a 3.4% chance of dropping. 76% of the Fireworks I got had an elemental resistance, and I never got a Firework with no extra parts or one extra part. Every Firework I got dropped with two extra parts. Let's get into the parts. As you can see from the chart here, it was pretty even, the spread of the different modifiers that I got on this shield. One thing to note is that it will always have the missile swarm part, which is not the legendary part. It always has its legendary part, but it also always has missile swarm. So all the firework shields I got had its legendary part, missile swarm, and one of the listed parts below. The final data point that I collected was how many world drops I was going to get from Splashzone. Of the 500 kills, I got 11 world drops, which means he drops a world drop about 2.2% of the time. That is all the data that I collected. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, if you like the drop rates, if you think it's too hard, too easy, and let me know if what I found has kind of lined up with your guys' experience. Thanks for watching.